Q, you are talking about preserving our health.
Yes.
I mean, such a touchy topic. We buy food from supermarkets. It's tinned, it's got a whole lot of stuff written out there. Sometimes, where does this stuff come from? People are scared to take a COVID vaccine. We're going to talk about that just now. But they ain't scared to go open a can and just chuck it into their mouth.
They're not scared to have a butter roll out of,
you know what I'm saying?
An old zinc plate.
Exactly. You don't even know where does this meat come from. But anyway, let's take you to someone that might know more about processing or processed food and canned food. How safe are we as consumers? The stuff that is getting into these tins. I mean, I hardly read this stuff.
Well, now from a personal perspective, I would say if it's got a shelf life that is longer than yours, don't put it in your body.
Lifetime guarantee.
Don't do it. But now we are finding that due to COVID and also just consumer awareness, people are shying away from your canned processed goods with all your preservatives and all of that. And that's the way to go. Everyone is going natural, organic, and all of that, because now we recognize that with all these preservatives that you're putting into your body, they're actually carcinogens that cause your cancers, your cholesterols, and all of that. So you're finding now that the more middle class your demographic is becoming, the more aware they are about their health and around consumer awareness and all of those things. So you can say traditional processing, as it used to be with your artificial flavors, your sugars, and it's all shying away. And if you are doing that as an agri-processor, they have a list of things that you need to comply with, even if it's pesticides. Right now, there's a list of pesticides that they say, okay, this one no, this one no. And it changes every year because all around the world, people are on this health movement and being more aware. Would see how is the food grown? Is it grown under fair trade and all of those things? So that's something to maybe think about when you think about agro-processing, because people think it's just taking the produce and then taking it to a factory somewhere or taking it to Ungobani somewhere and just processing it. Whereas when you think agri-processing, you also think inputs, pesticides, how is it dried, and all those conditions that are,
So you heard that one, Ngobani as well. That's actually his...
that's my name.
The name is Mom gave it, so I call him Chef Q. You know what I'm saying? But aka Ngobani as well. So interesting enough, and just a quick one as far as health is concerned. Q, do you envy the people that are staying on farms versus some of us who are staying in urban areas and getting our stuff from tins? Because what is the difference between how we used to consume food on a farm, relative to the way we live here in the city?
The difference is at the farm, the food is fresh. You literally pick it out. You literally harvest that produce today, and you literally have you create a dish out of that produce literally within the first 24 hours. You consume the rich nutrients of it. That's why health-wise, people that live a very, who live the farm life, who embrace the farm life, you find that, they are more resilient to, things that city folks, easily succumb to. They're more resilient to, a lot of generic diseases and bacteria based on the type of plant-based food that they eat. Because, it's not strange, but a lot of people that live the farm life, they actually enjoy, what can I say, a lot more vegetables. They actually enjoy eating that more than meat. Meat will be there. Meat becomes like a side dish and not the main, versus, people that live the city life, the meat is the main dish, and the veg becomes a small little side dish. But without realizing that all your medicinal, health benefits are right there in those vegetables, That's why right now where we are, everybody was running for what? All the plant-based foods, anything, herbs, everything, it got sold out, I
feel as if there's always a misconception to say that because you live in the city, you tend not to want to eat fresh food. But then
True.
also, when you look at it from a food security framework, right?
Sorry, but putting your name.
It's not
So
necessarily.
the food security framework, I'm with you. Yes, we love our meat. I mean, we smoke a lot of meat.
But like when you look at the food security framework, right, you think of the accessibility of food, right? And that's where you get now agri-processing. Because now we all live in a concrete jungle, per se. Most of us can't grow our own food and stuff like that. So you find that also you access the types of food that you do have. It governs how you eat and how you live your lifestyles as well. So yeah, just to add to that like sometimes it's not necessarily that you come to the city and you just actually check your lifestyle or whatever. It's more about the accessibility to the food that you have. And that's why you'll find also sometimes just culturally the types of dishes that we have adopted as like dishes that belong to our culture. It's not necessarily someone picked it and was like, oh no, that's good for our culture. It's more linked to access and what was there and how you make do with what you have.
Game of supply and demand as well.